I see you all hiding in there. All my friends are coming out. Hello, hello, hello. With you guys just in a couple minutes. Hanging in tight, getting some things set up in the back end. That's why I got a little bit of a longer timer, but I'll be with you guys in just under 3 minutes.
Invincible.
Hello, 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 my friends. I actually wasn't expecting too many people to get the notification because I know it's a little bit early over on the West Coast. But this is just going to be a little bit of a test stream for me. I'm so glad to see all of you guys. Hello. So let's go down our list real quick just to make sure I said hi. So we had a Wild West in the chat. Hang around, come say hi. I know he's been messaging me, let me know he's excited about me coming back to streaming. Derby is here. I know she's in the background. She got some things to set up, but I know she is around. We got King Wolf. Hello, Wolf. How are you today? Thank you so much. I know it's early for you to do. And Mild. Hi, Mild. Welcome, guys. So, hi. Couple things new, if you haven't noticed, around the channel and around the community. First of all, we're not on Twitch today. We are here on YouTube because this is where I'm going to be doing some of my live streams, my just chatting stuff. I might be swapping back and forth. It really kind of depends on how things go. So we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping to kind of build up the community here on YouTube, get my numbers up. I really would love to hit that 1K at some point in my life. That would be nice. Just so, I can feel like I've accomplished something here on YouTube. So yeah, we're gonna be aiming for that. So the goal of today's stream is to kind of go over some of the changes here in the community, some Palia talk. We're gonna be diving deeply into the trailer to talk about the things I can talk about, kind of dive in things that they have announced to kind of show you guys what the game is about and why I'm excited for it, and then also talking a little bit more about the future channel, where I'm planning to go, what things are gonna look like for us. But without further ado, let's start with our first topic, and let me bring up my little screen here, and you guys can see what this is all about. Now, I'm a little nervous for this because this is my first time doing this, so we will see how it works. If it's a little janky, if it doesn't look all that great, blame Wolf. It's his fault. We'll blame him today. He's going to be responsible for all the all the stuff. Let's bring up our Just Chatting G, and you guys can say hello to my new little avatar. Hi. It works here with my webcam. It kind of tracks my thing. This is just the kind of the trial version of this. I want to see how it goes before I put in any of the money for it, and I can do kind of things. I can kind of wave here a little bit. It's you can't really see it because it's a little thing, but it's a good way of being able to be on stream, and having things, you know, kind of having me on the screen when I don't want to be on the screen. It's a kind of a good way of doing that. Trying to work a little bit with the webcam here, so give me a second because I want to be able to track all of my movements as best as it can. So let me calibrate that again. So I can open my mouth. So I noticed with the this version of it, it doesn't track the mouth movements too well. Maybe if I back up a little bit. So we're going to be experimenting with it as I learn how to do it and make it look better. Obviously, if it works well, we can use it to use the higher version of it, which allow me more tracking options like my hands and stuff like that, better mouth tracking, so that my mouth does move when it's supposed to. Let me do one more little calibration here. A little bit better. But I was working on this for all last week. Just kind of see what the new VTUBING software is, how well it works, and what I can kind of do with it kind of going forward. I thought it's kind of fun. The process of it is definitely a lot better, and I can definitely tell. Let me pull up a couple things here. Now, the other thing I was kind of curious about with this is that how it works while I'm streaming. Like, does it delay things a little bit here on the screen? Like, if I'm playing a game and I have the VTube software running in the background, does it delay things a bit? Or does it all run smoothly? Let me go ahead and pause Pretzel here, too, so you guys aren't getting spammed in the chat with that. So yeah, we're going to do a couple of adjustments here to see if maybe we can make it just a tiny bit better. I know I had it working really well earlier. And yeah, that's a point, Mild. That's really reason why I wanted to do kind of a small test stream with this, so I could kind of work on it a little bit, get some of the kinks out, and just kind of really see how it does on stream, how it performs. That's really what I'm curious about. And I definitely noticed that I need to bring up my little webcam here on this thing so I can see. I'm going to turn tracking off just for a second. See, if I do really wide mouth and I go blah 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 blah, the mouth flaps work really well. But when I'm having like normal conversation, when I'm just talking like this, it doesn't pick it up as well. Now I know in the advanced version, it will work a lot better, but it's like $16 a month for it, and that's a little, like, I don't have a lot of money right now, if I'm being honest, and that's a lot to commit to for something that I don't know how well it works. So we'll see if this works out well, and I'm able to get it working the way I like it and I'm happy with it. Then we will see about putting some of the money into it to get the better version where the avatar will look a lot better. Like you'll see, it'll have a lot more fidelity to it, and the things, the tracking stuff like that, will work a lot better. What I am happy about is that I wear glasses, as you guys know, and this actually works really well. Like you can see me blinking, blink, 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 blink. It actually sees my eyes pretty well through my glasses, which makes me happy. So I don't have to put in contacts every time I want to stream with the avatar. So I think the only thing right now that I am a little wary about is just making sure that it has proper mouth tracking. So it seems to do really well when I'm like really close to the cam, but I have a habit when I'm gaming, especially, is kind of getting myself into more relaxed position, so I'm not always directly facing my webcam. So trying to work around that environment, or making sure that I have good posture when I'm doing this, to make sure everything's picking up on the camera the way it should be. There are some advanced features which I can actually show off here on stream. Like I have some trial things that I can do. I only got like 10 of each, but some fun things you can also do with it. You can have some interactions with it that you guys could actually claim in chat using commands and stuff like that. You can't do it right now because again, I don't have the version that costs monthly, but little interaction things like that. You can throw things at me. You can bonk me on the head with a hammer. You can pet me. So there's a whole bunch of things, and I can also, if I get the pro version of it, I can also create custom things that go with it. And Derby, I did see you sneak in chat. Hi Derby, love you. So yeah, so this is a good possibility for me, so that I have a visual presence on screen. I've been kind of going a lot of back and forth in my mind as far as the route that I really want to take in streaming. VTubing is already a flooded market, even though it's still early. So do I expect it to make it big as a VTuber? Absolutely not. No. Do I think it's something fun to do for the channel, for the community, and fits better with some of the gaming things I do? Absolutely, yes. And so this is kind of more for me and more for having a presence on screen when I want to be on camera but don't want to be on camera, if that makes sense. Yeah, just so I can say. And I really hope that I can afford to get the pro version at some point, so that I can do some hand tracking, so I can have more interactive, so I can wave without having to push a button and stuff like that. But for now, I think this is a good start, a good test for what I can do and what's possible with it, and I will continue working on this avatar. I like how far I've come with it so far, but there are some tweaks and stuff along the way, some different outfitting I want to do for it, really customize it, dress myself up for certain occasions, like if we're streaming in October, dress myself up in a costume, or have an outfit that's appropriate to the game that I'm streaming, stuff like that, things to think about. So there is that. So that's what the VTubing is about. This is the start of me getting an avatar together, testing it, seeing where we can go with it, and seeing whether or not this works well for the community and the channel going forward. You guys are gonna hear my dogs in the background. Paige went out to get us lunch today, so I've been waiting for that. But I'm not gonna mute because they want to say hi on stream too. I hope you guys like it. And Edit, hello, nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Yeah, we're gonna probably spend about an hour or so on stream today, just to test. So when I go back and I watch a stream, I can watch how the avatar's performing, and kind of get some feedback from friends and stuff like that, and seeing what people thought and stuff like that. So definitely weigh your opinion in chat for me to send me a message on Discord and stuff like that. Tell me what you think. I would really appreciate it. All the feedback I can get on it, the better. Again, I already know some of the things, like the mouth tracking is not perfect yet. That will come with money. Essentially, the more money I can put into this, the better it will perform, better it will look. Okay, without that, I want to talk about the next thing that we are doing on the channel. If you guys saw my previous video on my channel, you saw that I have been hyping up a little game called Palia. And Palia, let me tell you, it is it is a game that if you love things like Animal Crossing, Harvest Moon, simulator games, things like that, you're definitely going to want to check that game out. What tracking? I'm just using the VTuber maker, which is actually free on Steam Derby. But the higher tracking stuff like that comes. You have to pay a monthly plan for it. So if you want to know how this avatar came about, so this is a mix of Vroid to do the basic design, dressing of the avatar with some lot of customizations, things you have to really kind of dive in to do. Then the VTube Maker, which allows you to upload it. The VTube Editor, which allows you to upload it to a cloud to use for your own personal avatar that you then can pull back out in VTube Maker. So it's kind of a 3 software things. Vroid to create, VTube Editor to upload and do some back-end things, and then VTube Maker to actually run the avatar and stuff like that. All 3 play very, very, very well together, and so it's probably what I will continue to use until a better solution comes along, or if I find something that I like a little better, and we'll go with that. I've looked into a couple ones, but these are the 3 that I found that just work, and that's the key thing for me. For me, who doesn't have a whole lot of development time throughout the week to work on this, I like to be able to edit, upload, and then put it out into production. So if I find things like the other softwares work well with it and have like better options, then yeah, maybe I will definitely use it. So yeah. All right, so back to Palia. Again, this is a game that I will definitely be playing all throughout the month of August, if not longer. We will be streaming the closed beta on August 2nd. I have a guaranteed invite to that. So I will definitely 100% be able to stream Palia on August 2nd. So look forward to that. That'll be the first stream in August that we will probably do, unless we bring up unless something else comes up that we really want to do or check out. So keep an eye out for that. I will be doing a more concrete schedule the more I know how things are going to work out. There's a lot of things in the background that I'm waiting to come up and get confirmation on. So we'll see about that. But yes, closed beta on August 2nd, and the open beta for everybody to play if you did not get an invite to the closed beta. And I hate to say it, if you have not signed up now, all closed beta invites have been sent according to the official announcement on their Discord. So I hate to say it, that if you missed it, the closed beta, you can always sign up for the open beta on August 10th. If you did get an invite to the closed beta, then I will see you guys in game, and you guys will see me there as Kiduni in Palia. So definitely, if you are on the game during that time, feel free to send me a hi. Run around in Camila. Gosh, there's so many words. It is I gotta pull up the map. It is Kalima Village, I believe, is what it's called. We'll find out when we go through the video. You guys can come hang out with me there and say hello. I would love to see all of you guys in game and be able to hang out and go on crafting and hunting adventures and stuff like that. I think it'll be a lot of fun, considering this game has some seriously fun co-op. All right, so what I want to do now is I want to pull up the video that went out on the 18th, which was a first look. Give me a second to pull that up. I think I just have it. Let me see, which one was it? Did I delete it by accident? Should be window, should be this one. And there we go. I'm going to expand this out a little bit. And give me just 1 second. Sorry about that. Paige was delivering lunch, and I didn't want to miss that. you guys got silence for a moment while I was getting lunch. Let me expand this out a little bit and move this down. I had this all set up earlier, but apparently it didn't like me. Let's just stretch this up a little bit so we can see the screen well. And one of these. Real-time editing, that's fun. Okay, so this is the live stream that they did. Well, not semi-live stream that they did, where they kind of went over some of the gameplay footage and stuff like that. And we're gonna really kind of deep dive into this for the next 30 minutes or so, to kind of point out some of the things that I can point out, and kind of talk about what some of the things that they talked about. So and we're not going to watch this in its entirety, obviously, because it's an hour and 50 minutes, but I'm going to skip around to a couple parts here. So let me know if the volume is too high, too low, so I can adjust it. I gotta actually... how did I mute this one? Oh, good Lord. I didn't know it would expand like that. Give me a second. Come on, Kiduni, get it together. Show me you can stream. Show mama you can do it. Sorry about that. Let me get that fixed real quick for you. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I muted something. I don't remember what I muted, unfortunately. It should be this one. No. Oh, I know what it is. It's that one right there.
Hello, everyone, and welcome.
I will fix the screen in a second. I just want to make sure this is working.
I'm your host, Trisha Hirschberger, and I could not be more excited to walk you through the world of Palia. Now, today we are here with Singularity 6 developers.
I swear I had this all set up earlier.
I know everyone is so excited because we've just recently announced that the beta is coming for Palia. This is the time. But today will be the first time that we are showing Palia gameplay to the world. So thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here. Absolutely. Let's meet our panelists. First up, we've got Palia's game.
So this is the team at Singularity 6. Let me tell you, they are all awesome individuals. They are fun to interact with and listen to. Obviously, I talk to all of them, but a lot of them show up in the Discord a lot of times to say hi, especially a lot of the community managers. We're going to go ahead and skip ahead here, and we're going to take a look at the trailer here. We're going to start there. Turn that down just slightly. So if you watch my video on my channel, you saw a lot of this already, but there's some certain things that I want to point out as we go along, as well as some things that they've talked about on the Discord, as well as here on the stream that they did. So here's the first thing that we're looking here. Yes, it has the art style of it is really cool. So the first part of the area that we're looking at here is one of the housing plots that you start with, and it is basically from what they've shown, kind of a blank slate that you get to kind of work with, and you do things like mining and wood cutting and stuff like that to kind of clear some of the land and stuff like that, and we'll go into further detail as we get further in the into the video. But yeah, this is the view of your housing plot area, and kind of the starting of let's clear it out and create an area for us to build. Look at some of the NPCs that you can build relationships with. Cooking. This is a look of like the inside of your house and stuff like that, and showcasing some. There's really good customization as far as clothing and stuff like that is concerned. Group activities. There's people mining together. One thing that they did talk about in the live stream is that one of the things that I really hate about some MMOs is the fact that loot a lot of times is not usually shared. But one of the things they did mention is that loot is local only. And what I mean by that is that when you are all out like mining something, or you're out foraging, cutting down trees, things like that, the loot is specific to you. So even if someone were to cut down a tree, if you are part of cutting down that tree, you're all going to get the materials that you farmed for it. So you won't. So there's no fighting over who's going to get to that tree first, who's going to do what first. Everybody will collect as long as you were participating in it. You can see here on the little screen here, yes, there is wall climbing in it. As far as what that costs your character, whether there's a stamina, I don't think they've shown off yet. But this is just kind of showcasing that if there is a surface in which you can climb, your character is able to climb it. All right, we'll continue. And one of the coolest things, you got gliding. So think Breath of the Wild in a simulation MMO. You can climb things, you can jump off things, and you can glide around to get yourself around a little bit easier. They did show later on that there's you don't start with the glider. It looks like it's something that you're going to have to work towards getting the materials for after you meet a certain NPC and provide materials for them, and that'll allow you to be able to have them craft the glider for you as a means of quick transportation around the map that you're in. Hunting and fishing, some of the things I've gone over before. Kind of a cool look in the house. I mean, everything that they're showing off here, good, my mouse cursor is showing here on the screen. This is actually, from what they point out, things that you can do in your house. You can put furniture down. You can arrange it in any way, shape, or form you want. The fact that they're snapping as far as putting furniture down, you can kind of rotate the furniture by turning snapping off to kind of really customize it to it. But this is all stuff that you can put in your house. And from what I've seen on their live stream, they said that you are going to be able to do a lot with your house. I didn't get any clarification on whether or not you can actually go up 2 stories or not. There was some back and forth in the chat as well in the Discord whether that's going to be possible or not. So we'll have to wait for an official announcement for that. But it seems like you're going to be able to drag out and customize the size of your rooms and be able to customize those rooms to the way that you want them to look. So really cool. I really love being able to, like, if I'm tired of hunting, if I'm tired of fishing or doing whatever quest I'm doing, I can come back and I can just chill, move some furniture around, add some new things, and customize to my heart's content. And just taking a look at this room, it looks like we're going to have a lot to do. And a lot of different design options too. It looks like you have some things. So this is our first look at the crafting aspect of it. Looks like we got some type of a crafting table, 2 types of furnaces. I guess we're looking at all sorts of different machines that I guess you can kind of place outside of your house. And this is kind of where you'll do your crafting, I guess. I'm going to assume it's going to be like most MMOs where you go out and get a raw material, you take and refine that raw material and then turn it into other things. Hopefully better tools, hopefully things maybe for crafting. I think we did see a little UI menu pop up where you're going to be able to craft different types of furniture and stuff like that. And it looks like that these will be the important components that you'll need in order to get the materials in order to do that. And we can't really see a huge view, but I mean, I don't know if this is our boundary where the fence is right here, how big it will be, if you'll be able to expand that or not. But I'm hoping they give us lots and lots and lots and lots of room to work with. And this is a broader view. So it looks like we already have, huge area. I don't know if this is the area we start with or not. But it does look like you have quite a bit of space to already work with. And now, again, I don't know if we'll be able to expand beyond this fence lines or not. But looking at kind of what we see when we rotate around a bit, it looks like we have a whole heck of a lot of land that we might be able to play with. So we'll have to wait till we either get to see that in closed beta or they make any more announcements. Hey, Red, how are you? Good to see you, sir. Okay, so yeah, this answers one question. Actually, let me get to the next frame here. So it looks like we are able to do some other outside buildings. I was wondering if we could disconnect the buildings or not. So it looks like we might be able to do that. And not only be able to expand our house, but we may be able to have other buildings that are not necessarily have to be attached to it. So that's kind of cool. That's cool to see. More customization, maybe more splitting up, like having an area that's a building just for your crafting stuff, an area for, you know, hanging out with your friends, an area for storage and stuff like that. So a lot of really cool things to be able to do to customize it just a bit more. Some further look at some of the maps. And bug catching, which sounds really fun. I think they called it insect catching. But it looks like, yeah, whether those will be for components or just for collections, we'll have to wait to see. All right, so go back to 10. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can't skip ahead here to their next little look. Okay, so yeah, let's take a look at this. We're going to go through the character creation aspect.
The very first experience that you do.
Corrupta! What's up?
Once you've logged in, and you can see we jump right into the lore right off the bat.
Yeah, eventually we're going to learn what this swirly pink purple void is.
So the way they've phrased this is that you can choose, it's not like you're choosing male or female, you choose a masculine or feminine body type, and you can kind of customize it from there. You have different faces and different stuff. You're not locked like to one or the other. You can pull elements from both of them. We'll kind of see as they go here to create Maddie Mush, which is the character they name. All different hairstyles and clothing. They did say that some of the clothing is locked behind a premium shop, but that's the only thing that is in the premium shop as of now, as far as what they've talked about. That if you want some of those cooler outfits and stuff like that, and I think we'll see a little bit of that here later on, that you'll be able to buy those outfits for real money. But they also said that that's what they're limiting it to. They don't want to pay to win microtransaction type of thing. They just want it for stylization of your character, maybe some other things further on, maybe some things for your house, but they really want you to be able to do the majority of things in game, which is really cool. I like it when developers talk about that type of thing, because then they're thinking about what the things that the communities tend to complain a lot about. Like, I don't want to play an MMO where the only way I'm going to be able to win that game is if I buy the super really rare items with real money. I hate those games, and I will never put my time into those. Speaking of which, except for maybe like Genshin, but we'll talk about that later. So I'm really happy to hear that, and I hope they stick with that design model going forward. But obviously, they have to have some type of way to pull in some money. So this is their answer to that, where if you want to make your character look a little bit cooler, have some more cooler designs and stuff like that, that's where they will recoup some of the costs of running this game, is in that premium shop. So I'm okay with that. Personally, I'm okay with that. If you wanna make some really cool costumes and make me pay some real money for it just to keep the game stable and going, absolutely, 100%, I'm okay with that. But if you're putting items in a shop that are pay to win, no, you're gonna lose my attention really quickly, and I'm gonna move on from that game pretty quickly, because I don't like spending my hard-earned money on digital stuff that I don't get much out of, except for Genshin, but we're not going to talk about that. All right, so let's continue watching them make Maddie Mush here, and we can kind of see some more of the options.
So we're already in the story. We're actually, part of the story is that humans are coming back to the world of Palia for the first time in thousands of years. So creating your character is a big part of that, you know, like what kind of human do you want to be?
Yeah, I'm very impressed right now already with the amount of options that you have. We took a look at face shape. Now we're looking at various skin tones, different eye colors. And just as a personal question for me, when I created my character in Palia, I tended to make someone that looked a little bit like me, but with some extra pizzazz. Olivia, are you someone who creates a character that looks like yourself, or do you go as far from that as you can?
I try to make them look as close to myself as humanly possible. Like if a game doesn't have like copper long hair, I'm like, oh, I'm already turned off for this game. So I'm glad we have so many options, so many people can, you know, be able to find themselves in our character creator.
Absolutely. And Aiden, for you, do you design a character that looks like yourself, or do you generally go into what you'd like to be in a fantasy world?
You know what? I'm one of those players out there, and I know some of you out there are in this space as well, where I often make a kind of feminine character in when I play video games. Okay. And so I just love what options that we've been able to create there.
I love the hair highlights.
So many awesome hairstyles to express, you know, a character just the way that you want.
And speaking of hairstyles, is this a secondary hair color that I see? Or you can choose your primary and secondary, so you've got a two-tone going there, Olivia?
You can have a secondary, primary. Your eyebrows can be a different color. And to Aiden's point where he was saying, you know, he usually likes to create a more feminine character, something that I think is really cool with our game is that whether you have a masculine or feminine body type, you can wear whatever clothes you want. So you can have a masculine body type and wear a dress and have a feminine voice. You can have a feminine body type and wear pants, which is normal nowadays. But it's really up to you how you want to customize your character.
All right, so that's some of the customization you can do, and like I said, you can go through, picking your body type, what your eye color, your skin color, and stuff is that, your hairstyle, your clothing, and you'll have lots of different options, and you can make yourself look however you want within the confines of what they offer. So I like that. I love the fact that you get to do full customization in the game, and I know some people have differing opinions on it, but regardless, I like the fact that they say, masculine and feminine body type. What is it you feel like you want your character to be? You don't have to necessarily define yourself. They also went into a little bit of lore here on the creation as far as that you are, that humans have not been in this world for a while, and that we are returning human into this game. I won't go too much into spoiler territory. On this, so you guys can kind of experience a little bit on your own. So be pre-warned, there'll be semi-spoilers to what they talk about here in the video, but there's so much in the world for you still to learn about as you play. So we're going to skip ahead here so you guys got to see some of the customization, which I think is cool. So we're going to take a look at one of the first cutscenes so you guys can kind of see what the in-game cutscenes look like, which I thought was cool. This is going to be when your character first comes into the world. So again, if you don't want to see this, you want to see this for the first time, this is your warning now. Maybe look away, maybe come back here in a minute or two. But we're going to go and take a look at what some of the in-game footage looks like for some of the cutscenes.
And it's a place that our Majiri, which are our kind of purple-skinned elf-like race, what they call the Phoenix Shrine. I wonder how they got that name, given the statue. And this is an archaeologist. Her name is Gina. And she's exploring these ruins and has triggered a magical event. So as we can see, there's some magic brewing up there. There's this sphere coming from the heavens. I wonder what we'll see.
I mean, that sphere of light looks very familiar. Maybe we saw it at the end of the character
creator. Oh, look, it's Mushy Maddie.
Oh my gosh,
well,
it's
hooray.
you or me, one way or the other.
Yeah. So this is your character opening their eyes for the first time and seeing this world, and a very surprised archaeologist looking at them.
Olivia, do we as the player know where we've come from? I mean, just the fact that we're not
gonna. I don't want to spoil too much of the lore for you guys as well. Something that I might go into a later video on. So those who don't want to be spoiled by the lore won't be spoiled as much. Or you can choose to watch that video if you want to know a little bit more about the world. So that's kind of a look at the in-game footage on what the cutscenes and the cutaways you get from that. But I think that it looks really, really, really nice. It's really cool to see how far like MMOs have come when you get scenes like this. I know there's games that do it a lot better, but for a cozy sim life type or a MMO, it's perfect. I think it's done very, very well. Let's go a little bit forward here because we so this is I want to say it's Kilima Village. Kind of look as we're kind of running around here.
It's like coziness.
Oh, it definitely
turn this
feels
down
cozy, and
slightly
it feels
so
like a world that
they're
I
not
would
talking
feel
over me.
like.
So this is kind of us walking into the.
And I'm sure everyone
Oh, it's
feels the
echoing.
same way.
Sorry.
Now, is Maddie just extra curious?
Echo.
In going to the village, or is there something that Maddie?
Oh, I know what. Give me a second.
So Gina has told Maddie that in order to kind of get their housing plot to get themselves set up, they need to talk to Ashura, the innkeeper. Ashura is kind of like the dad of the village. He used to be a war hero, but since then has become a pacifist and opened up this inn. And when the humans started emerging, he just kind of naturally took
That should be hopefully a lot better. Hopefully you guys can hear me and I'm not echoing. Okay, sorry about that. I didn't realize I had both my mic and my mixer on at the same time.
And we're about to meet him just now.
So yeah, so we're going through the village here. This is kind of a look at the Kilima village here, kind of walking through.
You want to talk to all the villagers, or are you going right for the quest?
That was my biggest fear as a kid and wanted to be an archaeologist, that I would open up the gates of hell.
All right, let's get this going.
And Ashura has quite an interesting look to him. So Ambrielle, I'm going to ask you
So
to weigh in.
this is one of the NPCs of Shure. This is kind of like they refer to him as kind of like the town dad. Maybe I'll back that frame up just slightly. Oh, I went too far. Almost there. Sorry. It's not easy to do frame by frame. Oh, you can look ghostly for a minute. But they kind of describe him as a town dad. He's kind of one of the NPCs that your character meets and kind of helps guide you along the way. And he's one of the examples of the race that exists in this world that's not human. They're kind of like, the purple skin, the elvish looking ears and stuff like that. And so they talk about like one of the biggest mysteries of the game is what happened to the humans, and why are we now coming back now as the characters that we create. And so we kind of get to meet these people and kind of interact with them, and I guess as we talk with them, we learn more about the story as we go along. So Ashura, let's go a little bit forward because we only have a little bit of time left since this is just supposed to be okay. So I'll run this in the background. We'll kind of talk as they're kind of going. I'll kind of give my commentary a little bit. So this is an example of you building on your land plot here, and you're going to see some of the UI here. I'm going to turn them down just a little bit more so I'm not completely talking over them. So example of crafting furniture. It looks like that she's going to be crafting, I think it was a storage bin, and she's going to be making a tent. And you can see that in the UI there, you have different options of things you're going to be able to create. So pretty much it's a blank canvas that you're going to be able to just kind of determine, okay, I want to build my house now. I want to build some storage. I want to build some crafting stuff here and there. Just be able to put whatever it is you want to put down where you want to put it. And like I said, that I think it's snapped by default, but you can turn off snapping to do more customization as far as like if you want to really kind of turn an object to look a specific way or place it in a certain way. Here's a good picture. I'm glad that they showed this. So here's the answer to the question. So we have our main little housing area here, and it looks like where the little lock icons are, that you'll be able to further unlock more land going forward. So it looks like from what we were able to see from the broader picture, that we're going to have a whole heck of a lot of land to play with. So that means that we'll be able to really, really, really expand going forward. All right, going forward, it looks like they're placing their tent now.
And I see a new interface that we're looking at right now. What is this point of view?
So when you're customizing, there are two main views. You can do things in
Okay, I'll go a little bit forward.
So villager.
We talked a little bit about the village already. Let's talk about some of the things, because they're talking about here in this portion of it. And again, if you go back to my video or you go to the Palia, main Palia YouTube channel, you can watch this in its entirety. We just don't have the time today to sit here and watch all hour and 15 minutes of it. One of the things they talked about as far as what how your character interacts with the world around them, including the villagers and stuff like that. So like most life simulation games, this works as, you know, building up relationships by giving gifts, I think they said. Just building that relationship, and the more you build their relationship, the more the villagers will like you, and the more things you'll be able to learn from them and do. And there's also romance in the game, which is interesting. So there are certain villagers in the game, and they will hopefully, I think I said they will be expanding that later on. That you'll be able to really build up a relationship and possibly date, and possibly, I think, marry or form a more lasting relationship with later on. So there are marriageable candidates essentially in the village, like you get in most simulation games. So you'll have your chance if you use a certain villager you really fall in love with. You may have the chance to romance that villager and be able to have a relationship. Now, as far as whether they'll come live with you at your house or whether they stay in the village, nobody knows. They haven't discussed that part yet. So as far as what that relationship ends up being later on, we still have to wait to kind of find out where that will lead. And something I'm really excited about finding out is like how far you'll be able to take that relationship, what they will be able to do. Will they be able to work with you on in your housing area? You know, what are the dynamics of that going forward? So something kind of for us all to look forward to. Okay, we talked a little bit about that. Here they're talking about insect catching, seeing a little bit of that. Maddie Mush is going to go out and she's going to pull out some bag of some sort, and it looks like she's going to throw that at the insect. So, oh, here's something to point out too, something that I kind of saw as I was watching this. So it seems like things that you're able to forage, catch, things that are important for your character to take notice of, they seem to have like almost like a glowing effect to them. Or in this case, it looks like there's like some particles going around some of the insects. So I think it makes it easier for you to see on the map, which makes it nice so you don't really, you don't miss important things as you're out. And I think I also heard like there's a sound cue to some things as they were walking by. That'll help you kind of indicate that you are near something that you're able to interact with essentially.
It's also one of those games where, you know, game puts the main story in front of you and half the players just go left and keep running that way.
Okay, so yeah, it looks like you throw some sort of bag or something at it and you catch it, and it looks like you got one common blue butterfly. As far as what that is, as far as a crafting component, something you use, or just for a collection or something, they have yet to kind of discuss and we have yet to see. So hopefully we'll be able to discover some more of that as we go into closed beta. All right, going forward, because we only got about 12 minutes left.
You know, some people out in the world of Palia times a day.
I agree, Crafter, I agree. Okay, here's some look at the fishing. They were talking about something that was really funny to me. Let's all kind of discuss that. You can actually cheer on people while they're fishing. And it looks like there's like a little type of mini game, and you guys saw me do fishing in Stardew at one point. The fun part is that I feel like I would get anxiety if I had a lot of people around me cheering on. So I feel like it would almost be counterintuitive to me, like, shh, go away, I'm trying to fish, stop. So I think it's fun that you can cheer people on, but I also think that for me personally, it might be a little distracting and may cause me to lose some fish. They got you at fishing, Crafter? That's cool. Yeah, fishing's something I usually enjoy in some of the games. Here's another example as she's walking up here. You can kind of see how the forgeable item has kind of like a glowy effect around it. If I were to turn the volume up, you'd also hear some sound cue, that kind of like almost like an oh sound as you get closer to it, to kind of indicate that you're closer to something that's important that you can forge up. All right, going forward. Little look at the UI. Seems like we have our inventory, maybe a map of some sort, something important. Maybe that's like quests. I'm assuming that might have something to do with maybe your house. Maybe this is heart for like relationships. Looks like trophy, so maybe that's like your achievements, and bugs. So maybe that answers the bug question, whether like maybe that's where you find out all the different types of bugs and stuff you caught. So cool to look. It looks like you can unlock some more for your inventory. So it looks like we'll have a chance to increase our amount of storage space as well.
Gift for villagers.
Oh, all right. So
All right, keep going forward here. What else are we talking about? More foraging. Looks like she's hunting. We'll kind of back that up just a little bit. We'll look at the hunting thing. So it looks like she's going to go up to one of the deer-looking creatures over here, and she's going to pull out her bow, and she's going to hunt them down. Except for Choppa. If you guys get to know me in this game, hunting Choppa is something we don't like to do, but we'll do anyways because we need the materials. But we're gonna start a save the Choppa cult in close beta. Okay, so yeah, so it looks like you hunting, get things like fur. I'm assuming that helps you with things like furniture building or maybe building better tools and stuff later on. All right, we're gonna keep going here. Okay, here's where they're talking about how you build your house a little bit and how you expand it. So it looks like there's actually some points here where you can kind of looks like maybe you select the point and say, okay, this is where I want my next room to go. And I think they show where they drag it out a little bit to where you can kind of choose the size of your room you want. It doesn't, again, I don't see anything to where it looks like it indicates you can go up. I just don't know. They haven't said anything whether you can go 2 stories or not yet. So we're going to see how they kind of pull things out a little bit. Yes, you will. Don't lie, Wes. That's cool. You can choose different types of design. Okay, open concept, single door, double door. Types of windows you can choose. That's really cool. I love all the customization you can do with this. I can't wait to really get into building a house in the game. Oh, okay, and it looks like you can choose the building and drag it to where you want it to connect. So it's not that you choose the point, you actually drag the building from the types that you can craft and actually connect it. So that, I guess that's how you get your disconnected buildings, is that you don't drag it to a connecting point, you just build it. So you can have several different buildings on your land, which looks kind of cool. That's cool. All right, let's keep going. Looks like there's time requirements for building. You have to, I guess you provide the materials for it, and then it takes a certain amount of time for it to actually build. So there is some time gatekeeping to building, but that's pretty normal for most games. So no instant build, essentially. So more about customization, things you can kind of put out, decorations and stuff like that. Again, a lot of that customization we talked about looks like she already has like a couch and a wardrobe and shelves and stuff in there. So things you can kind of add to your house. Looks like they're going to put a bed down in this room. You can kind of see how the snapping system works a little bit here. So again, a little bit more of the design elements that we're gonna get. Again, things I'm really looking forward to doing in the betas. Okay, this is the look at farming, which I found the animation just is kind of silly but fun. Looks like you actually have to physically drag and hoe the plots to make them actually be usable. One thing that I said that I found very interesting is that it actually matters how you grow your crops, like what crops you have next to each other, because certain crops will provide benefits to other crops. So you really kind of have to plan. They say min-maxing as far as, what's the best way to grow things. And it looks like you really could expand your farm to be as big or as little as you really want it to. So you can kind of really plan out how you want your crops to grow. And they need to be watered, and I think I saw like something that looked like maybe like weeds or something, so maybe you have to care for it as far as pulling weeds and stuff like that. Certain crops will be able to harvest multiple times, where other ones seem to be a single harvest where you're going to have to continuously plant seeds down. I didn't really get an indication of whether you get seeds back or if you have to buy them, but they did say that if you need a seed, that there are multiple ways of gaining that seed, including buying them in town. So we'll know how to go about that when we farm. All right, more about farming. Again, your type of crop you get and how good it is depends on how you grew it. They talk a little bit more about, okay, here's their talk about the backpack upgrades that you can get by providing materials and funds for, or I guess just funds. Maybe it's funds and materials. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Again, more interacting. They talk about the different NPCs. It seems like everybody loves Kenyatta. She's like the waifu for most people in the game, I guess. So yeah, talking a lot about different things. Einar, which is one of like the robot type NPCs. Like, apparently I think they said there's 2 of them that they've discussed in the game that were kind of like from pre-civilization, that kind of still followed their programs thousands of years later and stuff like that. So some kind of interesting lore kind of going on with them. What else do we got? Here we get a good look at the relationship menu. So it seems like there's several levels you can unlock with them. It looks like there's 4 levels, if I look that right. And again, certain characters, certain NPCs will be have a more deeper relationship where you can kind of romance them going forward. Okay, we talked about that. They introduced Najuma, I think is the way her name is pronounced. And Najima will be the NPC you'll be working with to craft your glider. So if you're going to be playing closed beta or open beta, remember this NPC because this is the one you're going to want to talk to and be able to get the materials for to get your glider. All right, we're going to fly through here a little bit more, see if there's anything else I really want to talk about. Again, more about the crafting concept. We talked a lot about group play already. I'm probably going to do a separate video talking more about the lore of the game. Not something I really want to do in live stream for those who don't want to have the story ruined too much. They talk a lot about co-op and how this game is really designed to either you can really play it all on your own or you can really do group activities that are certain things that may or may not be locked down to being part of a group. So you might have to be sociable. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Cooking. Apparently you can do cooking together too. I wonder if Kiduni is gonna forget and jump off a cliff, forget his glass. I will probably do that again, guaranteed. So cooking is an option in this game as well. I'm looking forward to exploring that. Here they go into your clothing and a bit of the premium shop stuff that you can get. Again, this stuff is all locked behind real world money. But again, that's all that they're going to be offering right now in their premium shop is just stylized stuff. A lot of really fun options you can choose for. And again, if you want to see this more in closer detail, please go to the Palia official YouTube and watch the video yourself. Okay. They show off some more of the character concepts and stuff like that. Talk about how you design the game a bit. They show off one of the other areas in the game. We'll kind of look a little bit at that. One of the main questing areas, I guess, or one of the next areas that we'll be able to really explore and kind of unlock what we can do in that area. So I think that is going to wrap it up. Again, that seems like the end. They kind of go out there closing, talk about the closed betas and stuff like that. So again, if you want to watch the video in its entirety, please go to the official Palia YouTube channel, and you can watch the full hour and 15 minutes of goodies if you want to catch a little bit more that we didn't talk about here on screen. Okay, I'm going to hide that out. Okay. So that's Palia. That's what we're going to be doing in August. I hope I was able to provide a fun kind of more deep dive into what they were showing off. Again, yes, August 2nd will be the first official closed beta day, and I will definitely be a part of that. So there'll be a stream either here on YouTube or Twitch. That's still undecided at this moment. So definitely keep an eye on my Discord or on Twitch or here on YouTube for any official announcements on when we will be going live on that. So that is the aim. Kind of going to our last topic before we end it, because I know Derby is getting ready. I think she's going to be streaming some GTA today. Let me see if she actually posted her if her video is going up. She's going live. No, maybe she's not following her schedule today. Maybe not. I was going to kind of hold off on until 1 o'clock to do anything. But we definitely will be doing Farm Simulator later on. I will not be streaming Farm Simulator, but I will be on the farm with Rad and Derby and Crimson and maybe any of the other fun people that want to come out and hang out that have farms there. So I'll see you guys all out there. Okay. As far as what we're doing here on the channel, so if you guys see, I've been doing a lot of rebanding on the YouTube side of things. I'll be working on Twitch this week and next week to kind of get the things rebranded over there. We're going to try out this VTubing thing for a little bit longer, see how it works. If I really like it, I will invest in the pro portion of the software when I get the money to do so. Unfortunately, money is really tight right now, so I cannot afford to do it at this moment. But it gives us a chance to really test it out, see how we like it, and when I'm able to afford to do so, I will definitely be checking out the pro side of things and seeing what that can offer us. We succeeded in coming back to YouTube. It looks like things held off pretty well. I have not streamed on YouTube in a long time, so it seems like things are still running pretty smoothly. Seems like all my settings are still pretty good. We got a pretty good test. I'll be watching this footage back a little bit later to watch how the avatar interacts with things. Again, the lip movements, the syncing and stuff like that will be better when I get the pro side of things. But I think it works well for what it is for right now, for just testing purposes. So I hope you guys got to enjoy seeing me show that off. As far as next week is concerned, I'm unsure about what I'll be streaming next week. If I stream next week, I would like to stream next week. I just don't know what I'll be doing yet. There's some possibility that I might do some Genshin Impact because it's something that I only started doing for like maybe the first couple quests and stop. A lot of people say that I might really enjoy that game, so maybe we'll check that out. I don't know. I'm going to look at a lot of different options of what I can do. Unfortunately, I won't be doing GTA on this this channel just because I really want to keep my content more in the PG-13 category, especially for the type of events and stuff I have come up, and they need to be more mild. Watching your language, so on and so forth. So I got to be a more behaved Kiduni to make sure that I'm fulfilling my obligations to that. So other than that, thank you for everybody who stopped out to see me test my streaming on YouTube again, testing out my avatar, and also taking a first look at Palia, a little more closer look at Palia and what that's going to look like for us on this channel in August. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you, Rad. I'll see Derby and Crimson over on the farm later on. You guys can go over to their channels. And I know everybody already here in chat already knows where their channel's at, so I shouldn't have to link them. And I'll see you guys over there. So again, thank you guys so much for stopping out and hanging out with me while I push through this and getting through all the technical stuff of it. And hopefully it'll be something we'll be able to continue doing in the future. So I love each and every one of your faces, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next stream. Other than that, have a fantastic rest of your Friday and an awesome weekend, and hopefully I will see you in a stream next week. Bye, guys. All right, as we usually do, we'll do one more call out for all my fun friends that came to hang out with us in the stream. So I know that Wes was here, and Derby was here, and Mile was here, and King Wolf was here. Edit came and stopped by to say hi. Hi again, Edit. Anybody else missed? I think I already said hi. Rad, if I didn't say hi, hi Rad again. And Corruptor was here. Thank you guys so much for coming out and spending your afternoon with me, or your morning, whatever it may be for you. Again, you guys are all wonderful. I'm glad I can count all of you guys as friends. And again, I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.